Good evening, good morning, wherever you are across the nation or around the globe. This is Beacon News, and today we are speaking again on Planet X and why it matters to us. I'm going to present to you some alarming Earth changes that are currently taking place, some meteor shower warnings that have been placed upon us for our very near future, and why I want you to know all of this is not to be in fear or worried that you can do nothing, but on the contrary, to give you the facts, the information, the data, the suppositions on all of these events to take place, and also on who you are, who I am, and what we can collectively do to make this great. As well, there are plenty of religious aspects to this from all across the globe that offer an enlightened point of view on all of this, that it is actually an upgrade. It's actually an evolutionary leap, even scientifically speaking. Einstein said so. So this is not doom and gloom. This is actually hope and freedom. But first, we must look at all of the facts from an unbiased point of view. As the Planet X system continues to bear down on our solar system, we are seeing Earth changes happening daily around the world of unusual proportions that we are not familiar with. There are new updates on what to expect in the coming days and months leading to the return of the Nemesis star. So many changes in our Earth and here on Earth from the sun, but the sun is just getting warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. There are some massive external effects that are inbound. This is the first of a few things that we're going to have a very different type of upcoming few months. Actually, these are forces that are changing our planet, and we're going to feel it. The sun is the number one component in our solar system. It actually indicates that these changes are massive and taking place. We're going to have to realize that we're going to have satellite issues, communication issues, sporadic outages of radio waves, and perhaps even electricity. Things of this nature are going to occur. Some blackouts are even possible, or brownouts, because it's still on a small scale at this time. Now, I don't perceive it doing a whole lot just yet, but I will tell you that a good gauge for some of the ones that'll be, far worse later on. This is precursors to them, is what I'm trying to say. So right now, the things that we're seeing happening are actually happening on a smaller scale, a smaller proportion than what's to come. Because we're actually going to experience a solar event that's never been witnessed in modern history. And a lot of that seems very scary. A lot of that seems um, cataclysmic, if you will. So a lot of us are knowing about this, and they're feeling like there just isn't any hope for humanity. Basically, we can just kiss our ass goodbye. But all of our religious texts and all of our ancient scriptures and oral teachings have all told us exactly who we are, the type of solar system that we live in, that these occurrences are cyclical, and how to get through them. Even the Hopi told of the story of the two roads, the split, the crossroad. Do you take the road well traveled, or do you take the higher road and elevate or ascend into an evolutionary leap and transcendence of who we are and what it means to be human, and to not just survive the madness, but control it? There are forces that we can control. There are things that we can do to help lessen the intensity of these things that we already are witnessing. And if you'll notice, even though these are on a smaller scale, they're not being talked about on your local news or your world news. Did anyone hear about Japan's earthquake and flood? Did anyone hear about China's mudslides and flood that took thousands of lives? Just happened within the last month. No, they're not talking about these things. Now ask yourself why. Because doesn't our media love to gossip, instill fear, and show you all the ways that this world is out of control and chaotic? And yet they don't talk about it now? All of a sudden, we don't hear about it? There's a reason. Just like there's a reason that not many of you know of our upcoming meteor shower warning. I believe for the 15th of March, 15th to the 17th of March. And we'll get into that a little bit in a minute, a little bit better. We are in a cyclical binary solar system. The math for it adds up. The larger planets beyond the Kuiper Belt would not perturb the way that they do if there wasn't something larger than them out there tugging at them. That over a period of time comes inbound into the inner solar system beyond the Kuiper Belt toward us, toward the sun, that creates great changes upon the earth. Now, when the Christian Bible speaks of it in Revelations, which is what Revelations is all about, and the coming of Christ into our world again, Christ's consciousness, that evolutionary leap into the age of Aquarius that we are faced with at this time. It tells you of all of the fire and brimstone that will rain down from the sky. It tells you how to prepare to stand in your faith, unwavered, regardless of what you see play out before your eyes. I ask you to do the same. I ask you to tap in to your very capable inner strength and will, and see the earth's shields intact and impenetrable, protecting us from what you see in those skies. And you will see it very soon. Very soon. I want you to walk bravely and proudly in your own power as a child of God. And know that regardless of what our sun is doing, regardless of what the binary star is doing, regardless of what type of debris field we have found ourselves in the midst of, that it will not be a catastrophe to us this time. It will not. With this coming eclipse, there are big changes coming. It is a precursor to either really great things or really not so great things. The choice is up to us as a collective. Do we move forward into the new age of Aquarius as enlightened beings who truly know themselves? Or do we follow the same path and run scared with fear into our demise? The choice is always ours. And what we are faced with is not for the faint of heart. Some things may look very scary, but looks can be deceiving. And all of those Christians who revel in revelations look forward to this time the same way that I do, because it is our true, real opportunity to change the world as we know it. It's an opportunity for humanity to come together and be its finest, be in service to others in the most true sense of the word, and with love and kindness, compassion, strength, free will, and our creative capabilities through thought and craftsmanship, we can shield our planet and protect it from the ultimate impending cataclysms that could be and have been before, that has always been documented for us to view and try to decipher and understand. And it's just now, for many, becoming evident how it all fits together and why it matters to us and why we are the ones that are here to witness it. Because we are who we've been waiting for. We are the rebels from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and even a little bit in the 90s. We're the trendsetters. We're the ones that can be the way showers. So I want you to remember that passion and that rebel within you from when you were a teenager and a young adult who rebelled without a cause. Rally that person inside of you. And this time, be a rebel with a cause. And what do we rebel against? Fear.